Also in Montgomery for the anniversary, Benjamin Crump. He represents the families of Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice, he's the young boy who was killed in Cleveland, and Michael Brown. We had quite a celebration down in Selma yesterday, Mr. Crump. But it comes in a week that the Department of Justice unveiled a scathing, damning report of racial abuses in the Ferguson Police Department. The outgoing Attorney General, Eric Holder, says he's going to fix that. You think he can?
Remedy, and we have to look at not only what he said in the DOJ report on the Ferguson police and this scathing report of discrimination and police excessive force on African Americans, but also we have to look at these individual shootings, and we can't have the Department of Justice sanitizing all these shootings of people of color who are unarmed. We have to address that head on, and if we don't have real consequences, then we won't see any different results than what we keep seeing. It's almost epidemic now, Bob, that you see unarmed people of color being killed all over America.
Well, as devastating as this report was, there's not going to be any charges brought against police officer Darren Wilson, who killed that young man. How do you get justice for this family? What happens next?
Well, first of all, we have to look at the high standard, as Attorney General Holder talked about, that you have to prove what was in the mind of the shooter, that it was some hate, some racism. That's such a high standard. And instead of having this explicit bias, it should be where we can show implicit bias. When you look at that report and you see all of these scathing facts come out about racism, don't you think that cesspool of racism spills over to the individual officers? And so we got to address it. We can't stick our head in the sand. If we really want to stop this from happening on the 50th anniversary of Selma, and now we're looking at Ferguson, we have to say, we have to be honest about it, and we have to speak to the issue, and we have to work on the remedy.
All right. Well, Mr. Crump, I want to thank you so much for joining us this morning and for being in Selma yesterday.